of us should be surprised by any of this. The media's coverage of almost everything they do is utterly disgraceful and totally pathetic here. And excuse me, let me turn this down. All right. It's utterly disgraceful and it's pathetic. Joni Ernst in the, well, we're all going to die conversation is so easy to understand that you have to willfully misunderstand it, meaning you have to do it on purpose to not understand it. And again, if you don't hate the media, I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with you. However much you hate the media, you do not hate them enough, and you should hate them more. And I'm going to share this with you, and I posted this image that's up on the screen right now on my Facebook page, and I wanted to put it up here before I get into any of this. This is the Des Moines Register, Joni Ernst, the senator from Iowa. This is how her hometown paper is covering it. Well, we're all going to die. And of course, it suggests that this is all just like some disingenuous response by Joni Ernst, and she's like some sort of asshole for feeling this way, which is not even remotely true. And I'm going to show you the clip, and what I think is a pretty awesome response on her part to this, because this is garbage. And the American media is garbage. They always have been garbage. They always will be garbage. And the dishonesty on this is shown in this issue and the Elon Musk, Cory Booker salute issue. Now, you see it here. Well, we're all going to die. That's the quote. And the argument here is, does she care that she's going to kill people by enforcing Medicaid work requirements? That's, of course, the framing here. And it is as stupid as it sounds. So here's the video. I'm going to play it for you, then we'll talk a little bit about it and talk about what's in the video. But let me play it for you first. This comes from Brooklyn Bad Dad Defiant. This is one of these AstroTurf Democrat accounts that gets paid to put garbage up. He might as well work for CNN at this point. But he says that we should manifest a country where politicians like Joni Ernst do not get reelected when they tell voters worried about their Medicaid or Medicare, we're all going to die. Their political career should end on the same day. Listen to the whole clip.
So people are not, well, we all are going to die. So for heaven's sakes.
Now, let's go to this piece by piece here. She's explaining the question is about Medicaid and cutting some benefits to people who aren't working, who can, able-bodied people. That's sort of the conversation. And while she's answering it, people are shouting, people will die. People will die.
So people are not.
Okay, so people will die. She starts to say people are not going to die over this. Okay, that's the beginning. And again, I shouldn't have to break this down, but you're not getting the whole story here. So I'm just going to put this out here so it's on the record, at least for me to have. She's giving a conversation about what's going to happen here with Medicaid work requirements. And then someone yells out, well, people will die. And she says, people are not going to die. And then she says, well, I mean, everyone's going to die eventually. That's what she says. This isn't like a flippant, we're going to kill people with Medicaid conversation as they're trying to make it out to be.
So people are not, well, we all are going to die.
And then because the crowd is full of morons, you get this.
So for heaven's sakes.
So the idea that this is like some sort of a-hole comment is so stupid and disingenuous, and everyone knows it, which is why you rarely see this part of the clip or any explanation of it. All you get is, we're all going to die. As if she's saying, oh, well, deal with it, we're all going to die. That is obviously not what is being said here. But again, the people relaying this information to you do not care. So this, I think, is actually a really interesting response here. But once again, you got a Democrat wannabe influencer guy on social media. I'm sure he has a lot of followers. I don't know. He's the host of Hold the Mic. You can download that on all the streaming platforms, guys. I'm sure he's got plenty of followers and does a great job. But he writes, it's clear Senator Joni Ernst should be the first to go. Doing an apology video while walking through a cemetery is why every Republican can kiss my ass. You're all fake Christians, and I don't really care what this guy thinks about my faith, but good for him. And despicable human beings who have nothing but trolling and misinformation. karma runs rampant through the GOP, starting with this, and then he calls her that. So there's a really nice guy here all the way around. But here's her response to this. And they're complaining about this response, but look at how they've been treating her. I mean, what do you want her to say? You want her to give you a real apology? No, this isn't a real issue. But here's her response. And you know what? I don't hate it. I think it's pretty damn good.
Hello, everyone. I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely apologize for a statement that I made yesterday at my town hall. I was in the process of answering a question that had been asked by an audience member when a woman who was extremely distraught screamed out from the back corner of the auditorium, "People are going to die." And I made an incorrect assumption that everyone in the auditorium understood that, yes, we are all going to perish from this earth. So I apologize. And I'm really, really glad that I did not have to bring up the subject of the tooth fairy as well. But for those that would like to see eternal and everlasting life, I encourage you to embrace my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
I think that's pretty funny. The fact that she did this in a cemetery is kind of funny as well. Sorry, if you don't think that's funny, then you don't really have a good sense of humor, because it's actually really, really funny that she did it this way. I'll just be completely honest with you. And the reason why this has to be done and explained in this way is because the media is not going to talk about this kind of stuff and tell you the truth. Here's Dana Bash letting Chris Murphy, a complete lunatic, go on a rampage here and not even offer the slightest bit of pushback. And yeah, she offered a sarcastic response because the whole argument is stupid. She's not suggesting that she wants people to die. She's explaining that everyone's going to die, and yelling out, "Ooh, people are going to die," is a stupid thing to do because it's not a real argument. But our friends in the media, they pretend that it's a valid argument because, well, they're not very smart.
I think everybody in that audience knows that they're going to die. They would just rather die in old age at 85 or 90 instead of dying at 40. And the
40-year-olds on Medicaid, by the way. That's what we're talking about here. And the people that could get any of their services or benefits, whatever you want to call them, entitlements, cut are able-bodied people of that age, under 50. So again, even this is a lie. And this idiot, Dana Bash, sitting here looking serious while this dumb conversation is going on, is just kind of hilarious. Now, Aaron Rupert is a disinformation merchant. There's no question about it, but he's just quoting what's said here. And it's not even, doesn't even make him look good. I think it makes both these individuals, Dana Bash and Chris Murphy, look stupid.
The reality is that when you lose your health care, you are much more at risk of early death. And when rural hospitals close because of this bill, when drug treatment clinics close in Iowa and rural America because of this bill, more people will die at a younger age. So the reality is this bill is about life and death. And for what? I mean, I guess that's the problem here.
You know what else was about life and death? Net neutrality. That was about life or death. They claim that people would die over that. They did. This is the thing. They think people will die over everything. Everything. Tax policy, people will die. Net neutrality, people will die. An ag bill, people will die. It's what they say, and it's not a good argument. And she just basically said, "Oh, well." I mean, oh, well, if this is the argument you're going to make, I'm going to give you a response that says, well, we're all eventually going to die. Nothing wrong with Joni Ernst's response here. And Miss Serious Face Dana Bash, give me a break. Just give me an absolute break.
Many of us, is that they're cutting Medicaid, throwing 15 million people off their health care.
Not true, by the way. Just so you know, none of that's true. And Dana Bash could push back, but I don't even think she knows it. She just bought into the talking points. That's a lie. They're not cutting 15 million people off of their Medicaid.
In order to fund a tax cut for the super wealthy and for corporations, that is just fundamentally immoral. It's immoral and it's unethical. I don't understand why they're doing it, except
they're not. And what you're saying is a lie. You're passing a fiction off as the truth because you're a liar and you're a crazy person. Okay, I mean let's make sure we all understand exactly what's happening here. This person is lying. There's no other way to put it. Chris Murphy is lying. And he knows he's lying. He's not a stupid person. He's playing politics. It's the same politics they always play. Give us what we want or people will die.
Except that Donald Trump only really knows billionaires. He only knows corporate CEOs. And so his instructions to Republicans are reward them, help them, and no one else. I wish Joni and others saw the immorality of what they're doing.
Oh, yeah, morality. It's all about morality for this guy. I'm 100% sure with that. And Dana Bash, again, offers no pushback, lets the rant go on. You know, they're going to kill people. They don't care. They want people to die. It's the same thing over and over and over again. That's all they can do, and it's all they say. Now, the media is a willful participant in this. And there is no question about that. And to further show you how much you should hate these people, and you should hate their guts. You should despise them. You should hate their guts. You should hate every single thing about them. And I'm not even being sarcastic about that. I'm being dead serious. Look at this response to the Elon Musk Nazi quote unquote salute, which it was not. Okay. So they're still covering it first and foremost on this first one. And I didn't sort this all. I just hit Google Elon. I don't know why it says Google. I hope I didn't put that in there, but maybe I did. Elon Musk Nazi salute. And look at the stuff you get. The first one is obviously talking about his time there, talking about the Nazi salute. At least they put Nazi in quotes there. Good for them. But after that, you get from the day of. Musk's accused of giving Nazi salute during Trump inauguration celebrations. Elon Musk odd-looking salute looked like a Sieg Heil to me. Elon Musk's Nazi salute sparks fury from Europe's left wing. Elon Musk's gesture during Trump inauguration celebration causes a social media fury. Jewish leaders, blah, 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 call for Apple and Google to drop Elon Musk's X over anti-Semitism. Okay. So here we are. That's the covers they gave that. Cory Booker did the exact same thing yesterday in the exact same scenario at a rally, offering up his emotion to the crowd. And he's saying, okay, yeah, sure, same exact thing. Elon Musk calls him out, and that's the story. Now, you get a lot of this roasted by pundits who accuse him of making a Nazi salute. MAGA melts down. All the framing is through the eye of Republicans are mad at him. That is not how they covered it when Elon Musk did it. It's all about the response that people have had to it as opposed to them probing it themselves. And all they're saying here is that people are mad at him for doing it. There is none of this condemnation from the elites about this. It's about MAGA melting down. Now, the problem with this originally is that, and I'll just be completely honest with you, something they're not able to do. The problem with this is Elon Musk clearly didn't make a Nazi salute, and neither did Cory Booker. But instead of telling that truth, the media is going to choose largely to A, ignore what Cory Booker did, and B, only view it through the lens of people who said Elon Musk wasn't making a Nazi salute are now giving Cory Booker a hard time. So, again, don't expect honesty or genuineness from these people. They don't believe anything that they say. They are pathological liars and losers. That's what they are. That's what they will always be. And we have no hope in our society because the people who cover it are completely broken. Luckily, they're losing some of their power, and that is good for our society as a whole. So I'll end this by saying the same thing I said at the beginning. No matter how much you hate the media, I assure you, it is not enough. You should hate them more. And if you do not hate them, I don't know what's wrong with you because these people are the worst people on the planet, and you should hate everything they do. They are the enemy of the people. They are inherently dishonest, and they should be maligned at every opportunity.